as much as the like as much as the New Testament, a lot of that is like based in historical fact, in the sense that like because it's more recent, a lot of the events in it probably happened, whereas the Old Testament, a lot of it is allegorical, at least in theory. Like a lot of biblical scholars agree that probably didn't actually happen like that, because that's not how people told stories back then. Like the way we tell stories now is I tell you I went to the store and I bought a bucket of ice cream. And buying that bucket of ice cream was easy because there was no one in my way. No, actually, no, it would be more equivalent to, sorry. I went to the store to buy a bucket of ice cream, and they were out of the bucket of ice cream I like, and that made me sad.
And I had to learn how to accept that sometimes we can't have the bucket of ice cream we wanted. Sometimes we have to learn to let change into our heart and have a
Right.
different bucket of ice cream.
Whereas if I were a person from ancient Greece,
So instead, I got vanilla.
I went to the store to purchase a bucket of ice cream, and there was a 7 foot tall man there who stood between me and my bucket of ice cream, and I slayed him, and I slayed him, and when I got there, there was no bucket of ice cream, because that conveys that I'm really upset. That's how storytelling works. So when you're like, so this is Joseph and his amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat.
The dawn was breaking and the world was waking. Any dream will do. I know the answers lie far from this world.
We have talked about the story of Joseph before when we talked about Joseph, King of Dreams. Joseph is the guy who he had the 5 brothers or whatever who all hated his guts, and they sold him into slavery, and he winds up in Egypt where he works for the king, and the king puts him in charge, and he becomes a big deal in Egypt, and then his brothers show up to get free grain or whatever, and he's like, I'm mad at you for selling me into slavery, I'm going to teach you a lesson, and then they're all happy in the end. He didn't probably have prophetic dreams. He probably just had really good intuition about the weather. Let's talk about the thing itself. Okay. This is probably one of the worst things I've ever seen in my life. But it is hard to tell whether or not it is intentionally so or not. If that makes sense. Like, I couldn't tell if it was bad, and if it was badly written, and if the music was bad, or if it's satire. Because what's the word I'm looking for? The framing device of this movie is, you remember how in Jesus Christ Superstar, not to jump ahead, but in Jesus Christ Superstar, it starts with them like they're filming a movie in the desert or whatever?
Yeah.
This opens with they're doing a recital at an elementary school. And so all of the people come in, and it's a bunch of kids all sitting at this recital, and all of the teachers are then characters in the play. So like they're
Okay.
doing the play of Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat for these kids, but the teachers are the ones doing the play, but also the kids are in the play as well. Like they're part of the chorus. So there'll be points where like they do like a call and response thing where like the kids will sing back to them. And the movie looks like crap because it looks like it's a pro shot on a stage, and all of the acting is so over the top because I think they were all in the stage version of this. So they're all acting like it's a stage play, but at times it's also a movie. It's very confusing. The tone is kind of all over the place. The lyrics are like, they're awful. Like there's a point where like the lyrics are the kind of lyrics where it's just vomiting exposition. It's like, his name is Joseph, or his name is this guy, and he did this and he did that.
Way, way back many centuries ago, not long after the Bible began, Jacob lived in the land of Canaan, a fine example of a family man. Jacob and sons depended on farming to earn their keep. Jacob and sons spent all of their days in the fields with sheep. Jacob was the founder of a whole new nation, thanks to the number of children he had. He was also known as Israel, but most of the time, his sons and his wives used to call him Dad. Jacob and sons, men of the soil and the sheaf and crook.
And he did this, then he did that. One of the songs is literally just them describing the colors of the fucking coat.
It was red and yellow and green and brown and scarlet and black and ochre and peach and ruby and olive and violet.
Red and yellow and green and brown and scarlet and black and ochre and peach and ruby and olive and violet and lilac and gold and chocolate and mauve and cream and crimson and silver and rose and azure and lemon and russet and gray and gold and purple and white and pink and orange and red and yellow and green and brown, scarlet and black and ochre and peach.
They were like, and it was red and yellow and pink and green and mauve and octane, and you're like, what is happening? What is happening? And like the tone is weird. Like there's all these jaunty songs singing over what are supposed to be traumatic moments. So part of the story is the brothers make it look like wolves killed Joseph, and so they give him the coat and it's all covered in blood. And so they sing a song that is basically like, and your son's dead, and your son's dead, and your son's dead. And it's just them singing about how Joseph's dead, but it's like happy. And then there's the bit before that where they're singing the song about how Joseph's getting sold into slavery and he's being carted away. And he looks into the camera, breaks the fourth wall and goes, I don't even speak Egyptian.
It's for Jacob's favorite son. Then the Ishmaelites galloped off with a slave in tow, off to Egypt where Joseph was not keen to go. It wouldn't be a picnic, he could tell.
And I don't speak Egyptian very well.
And I'm like, is this bad? This is bad. Like, but it feels like it's a parody because this came out in 1999, and I think it was made. The original musical was made afterwards. It feels like it's a parody of Jesus Christ Superstar, where it's like it's a sung-through musical about a religious character, but like everything is like satire and silly. Like eventually, when they meet the Pharaoh, he's just Elvis.
Yeah, probably was then.
Like he's just singing all shook up to different lyrics. It's very bizarre.
Is in the building. Well, I was wandering along the banks of the river when 7 fat cows came out of the Nile. Oh yeah, and right behind these fine, healthy animals came 7 other cows that were skinny and vile. And then the thin cows ate the fat cows, which I thought were doing good. Oh yeah.
And then when the brothers come back, Donny Osmond is now also just Elvis. It's very strange, but it was
Sounds like it's meant to be a parody.
I couldn't tell if it was intentional or not, and I was like, this feels. But it also, unlike the DreamWorks version of it, because it was so funny, like I couldn't tell if the humor was intentional or not. And that was part of it. Like, I would love, if there's a fan of this musical out there, I need you to tell me if it's intentionally supposed to be funny. Because, I mean, I was watching it, I was in the same room as Jordan watching it, and he heard me dying. Like, I was dying. I was laughing so hard. But yeah, I found this to be, so you want to do this bit, the scale of 1 to 10 preachy? What was your scale?
10 10 was like
Bible thumping?
sermon preachy, Bible thumping preachy, and 1 was action movie.
This is a solid 4. I didn't find it to be super preachy.
My first one would have been
It's Jesus. All the Jesus movies are preachy.
5 or 6.
Really, 5? That's wow.
Maybe
This
7.
is a 1 to 10 scale, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. This wasn't that preachy. Like
It's just
I mean, they all have an inherent preachiness to them.
Yeah.
Like the thing is like, not this one so much, but a lot of these movies reminded me of this is a comparison people might not like. They reminded me of the Disney Channel original movie, where the phrase "this is good for what it is," like this is all right for what it is. Like the lyrics are horrible. They're terrible, but the music is good. Like a couple of the songs have some like sick guitar riffs where I'm like, the music in this is actually kind of slaps a little bit, but the lyrics are horrible. Like the rhymes are bad, the rhythm is bad. It's bad, but like the music's all right. That's where I learned that Andrew Lloyd Webber often doesn't do the lyrics in his musicals. He gets the credit, but he doesn't do the lyrics. So yeah, I would not say that this one was. But like they all have an air of it because they're all based on Bible stories. So I didn't find it. It didn't feel like it was preaching at me. Anyway, that's Joseph and his Technicolored Dreamcoat. Hey there, everybody. It's NCAR Justin here. Let me know down in the comments. Have you seen Joseph and his Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat? Please, if you're a fan of this musical, I need to know if this is satire. Somebody tell me, please. I'm begging you. But in the meantime, if you would like to see the full podcast that this is from, our most controversial episode ever, you click the box on the left. Or if you just want to see a random video that YouTube thinks you're going to enjoy, click the box on the right. Hit subscribe if you haven't already. We put new videos out 7 days a week. Or you can just leave this video a like. That helps us out too. We will see you all in the next video. Have a good day, everybody.